Welcome to CodeRush, feature of the week. So Mark, what have we got this week?
Rory, this week I'm going to take you behind the scenes into the image embedding technology that's new in CodeRush.
Oh, great stuff.
To help you understand what's happening and how the whole thing is working. I'm going to start from where we left off in the last feature of the week video where we talked about the embedded images. And this was kind of the last place here. And the question is, how is this all working? And so let's first take the caret to the end of the line and we'll start moving it in. And notice we're here. The caret is right on the outside of the image.
Yep.
As I move left, you can now see essentially some coding that's in here. We're essentially using, it's a variation of Markdown. This means there's an image. This is the alternate text, or the text that comes up as the tooltip. For example, I might say something like click to run game, for example. I could do something like that. And now if I go outside that and move the mouse over it, you can see it says click to run game.
Very nice, yep.
Now, it's not actually running the game yet, but I wonder if I can come in like this, copy that to the clipboard, and right-click it and choose Add Link, and say Open URL.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm not sure if I can do this, but I should be able to. Let's try this for now. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to find it. But let's do this instead. Let's get the full path to it. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say Open With. We're going to get Google Chrome and say OK. And then we're going to copy this.
Sure.
Close that down. Come back over here. Whoops. Right-click it, choose Add Link. And here our Open URL, we're going to give it that right there. So there, it should be able to find it. And now we come in here and we click it. Boom. And now we just created.
That's
kind of cool.
Pretty damn cool. Yeah.
We've just created a giant run button, essentially, in the source code. Click to run the game. So you can see what's going on there, right? So we've got this. This part right here is a reference to the file that has this image.
So the actual image itself that we're storing in order to then present it on screen.
Yeah. In fact, if we come over here, you'll notice inside of my folder, I've got a .cr/images folder. And in the .cr/images, I'm probably going to have something that starts with 3CF9. There it is. Wait, is that right? 3C79. 3C79 right there. And there's it.
Yeah, that corresponds.
Yeah,
good.
So if I were to double click that, then it would load up and there's the image. So
that's the full version, yeah.
Yeah, this is what we pasted in the other feature of the week video. And it's not part of the project. It's not something that's compiled or shipped, but it is inside the project folder, so you can check it into version control so other people on your team can see the same image.
Sure.
So we've got that. And then after that part, so that's just the PNG file name right there without the word PNG on it. After that, we've got our link. So there's our link right there. That's what's going to happen. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but there are different kinds of things you can link to. You can add a link, for example, to a Visual Studio command. So you could add a link to like a build command, for example, or something along those lines. So you can initialize things from here. You can go jump from here to other places, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, here I'm in C# over here. And in the code, I've got a reference to settings.default.twitchbot.oauth token. And if I want to go into the settings, I can just click on this button right here, and it's just going to open up the settings for me so I can go see my OAuth token there, make the changes, that sort of thing. So I can actually put links to connect. So if I'm curious about it, I've got real fast and easy access to that piece that I'm interested in. Yeah, and another thing we can do too is we can use embedded images to talk to our other developers, right, on the team. Why all the hard-coded strings? What about localization, for example?
Sure,
right? Yeah, so we can do that. And I'm just going to resize that. I'll make that a little smaller because that's how I am. Okay, so yeah, we can set links on things here. If we continue to look at what's going on here, so there's our file link right there. That's where we're going to next, right? That's what happens when we click on it. So that's in there. Then after that, you've got some numbers. And the numbers are essentially take care of scaling and cropping. And that's what is at the very end.
Start here, end there, scale this much. That's
exactly. Good. But what's cool about that is I can now copy that as part of the code, right? I can copy the image itself, or I can just copy that as part of the code, maybe cut it to the clipboard. take it down to where I want it, and paste it right back in. And all I'm doing is I'm just copying that text and pasting it in. I'm copying this text. So pretty cool stuff. The other thing that's going on here is that there's an intelligent generation of these images automatically, right? We saw that they came in from a paste. Let's come over here. I'm going to right-click this, choose copy. So I'm just in Paint right now, right? I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go brand. I'm going to brand my source code. So I'm going to come in here and put a company logo up at the top of it like that. Come in here. Let's say maybe we'll resize this a little bit like that, make it a little bit smaller. And let's go ahead and set a link to that too. We'll add a link and we're going to say open URL, devexpress.com, like that, and click OK. Let's see if that works, and we'll click on that and see if we actually go out, or we're going to have to add the www on it. Looks like we need a www on that. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. See if that gets us out there now. All right, let's click on it. There we go. So that takes us out to the DevExpress site. So kind of cool. Now, that image, if we look at it, it's 6C96, which is right there. I'm going to come back over here again, right-click, choose copy. Let's go somewhere else in the code. Okay. Come up into a comment, paste it in. And check out what happens when we get the paste. It gives us
You got the same code.
Yes, it knows.
So it knows not to bother just generating copies and copies and copies and copies of the same image when you repeat the usage, even though there's no way it can know that it came from the same source. It must be just effectively reducing the pixels or the actual content down to an algorithm, effectively hashing it down. Yeah,
it does exactly that. It's a hash algorithm, is what it is.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's the same image. We're not going to come out here every time you paste the same image and keep putting that out there, right? It's that same 6C96 that you're seeing wherever that is. There it is right there, right? That's the image that we're putting out there. So that's kind of another
very efficient.
That's, it's very, very cool what's happening. So as a result, right, because they're incredibly terse in terms of how we put them in the file, we don't even add the .png at the end, right? Or the path, right? Although you can do that. If you want to replace this with something local on disk, a full path to an image, you can do that and the image will appear. So you can do that. But if it does not include a path and does not include the .png, we look for it here, right?
Can we use remote images, so web references to
things
that are out there?
Right now we cannot do that, Rory. We found some stability issues with that, and so we have got that on hold for now, and while we resolve those performance stability related issues.
In the meantime, copy paste is clearly our friend.
Yeah, copy paste is not a bad way to do that. And I think that's it, Rory. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say about this, but that's the essence of the technology. It is that we are automatically, when we see that paste in a comment, we're creating the image out here in this special folder that you can check into version control. When you're resizing it, we're putting that information locally. And you can take this, right? I can take this whole function right here, take this whole entire function. So I can select this right here, cut it to the clipboard, take it down somewhere else and paste it in. And the whole thing pastes in. All the images, everything just comes in.
Just translates with it. Yeah, that's great, because I mean, it's just a reference to the special information that we're storing about the picture. So why wouldn't it? Yeah.
So that's it. So that's it, Rory. That's a little bit more about behind the scenes on the embedded images.
That's great, Mark. Thanks again for as you say, that behind the scenes on this really quite useful feature. I'm sure this is going to be very important as I certainly move forward in my career. The ability to explain things to people using this pictorial thing, to link to documentation, to link to explanations, and indeed to embed them directly in your code is a fantastic facility. Thank you very much for this little demonstration. We'll see you next week on CodeRush Feature of the Week.
For more Feature of the Week videos, click one of the 2 video links on screen or select from our playlist. Download and learn more about CodeRush from the DevExpress website. And be sure to subscribe to our channel to receive all the latest CodeRush feature videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.